Why buying a car on your salary is financial suicide. I'm waliamr. I'm 99 years old. I've made about $2.5 billion in my lifetime, and I drove a 2006 Honda Accord for 13 years. Paid $21,000 for it. Drove it until 2019. Never thought twice about it. And that one quiet, boring decision, driving a modest car, made me richer by several $1,000,000 over my lifetime. That probably sounds ridiculous to you. Charlie, you're a billionaire. Why would saving money on a car matter? That question reveals exactly why most people never build real wealth. I didn't become rich by ignoring small decisions. I became rich because I understood that small decisions compound into enormous consequences over time. Every dollar you waste a day isn't just a dollar gone. It's $100 you'll never have later. And nowhere is this more viciously true than with cars. Let me be blunt. If you're buying a car on your salary, especially if you're financing it, you are committing financial suicide. You just don't feel the pain yet. The damage doesn't show up next month. It shows up 20 or 30 years later, when you're 65 years old, staring at a retirement account with $200,000 in it, wondering how everything went so wrong. I'll tell you where it went wrong. It drove away at 15 miles per gallon. I learned this lesson the hard way. It was 1955. I was 31 years old, practicing law in Los Angeles, making about $50,000 a year, which was excellent money back then. I thought I'd earned something nice. So I bought a brand new Buick. Cost me $3,200. I felt important driving it off the lot. Successful. Accomplished. What I didn't calculate, because I was young and stupid, was what that $3,200 really cost me. If I had invested it instead, compounding at roughly 10% a year, that single decision would be worth about $4.2 million today. One car, one moment of ego, $4.2 million. That Buick didn't cost me $3,200. It cost me my children's inheritance. That was the last brand new car I ever bought. That's when I realized something most people never understand. A car is not an asset. It is a liability that lies to you. It pretends to be progress while silently destroying your future. People say, I need a car to get to work. Fine, but you don't need a $60,000 car. To reach the same building, a $15,000 car reaches. The office doesn't move when you buy leather seats. The difference, invested properly, becomes life-changing. Let's run the numbers people are too afraid to look at. You buy a $50,000 car. Nothing fancy. Just a normal car these days. You put $10,000 down and finance the rest at 7%. Your payments alone add up to nearly $58,000. Then insurance. Required. Expensive. About $9,000 over 5 years. Maintenance. Tires. Brakes. Oil. Another $5,000. Gas. Nearly $10,000. Registration and taxes. Around $4,000. You've now spent roughly $85,000. And after 5 years, the car is worth maybe $25,000. You didn't buy a $50,000 car. You paid $60,000 to lose $60,000. That's nearly $1,000 a month just to sit in traffic. But even that isn't the real cost. The real cost is what that money could have become. Buy a $15,000 used car instead. Invest a $35,000 difference. At historical market returns, that decision becomes over $600,000 in 30 years. That's the price of a shiny dashboard. And people don't make this mistake once. They repeat it every 3 to 5 years. I made myself a few rules. Rule 1. If I couldn't pay cash without flinching, I couldn't afford it. That forced discipline and eliminated interest, one of the quietest wealth killers in America. Rule 2. Never buy new. Why volunteer for instant depreciation? Let someone else be the fool. Rule 3. Drive it until it's truly dead, not until you're bored, insecure, or jealous. I drove my cars for 10, 12, 15 years. My Honda Accord lasted 13. My total cost over that time was maybe $40,000 all in. Compare that to someone leasing a new luxury car every 3 years, burning over $20,000 a year. Invest that difference over decades, and you're talking about millions. I watched this pattern destroy people. I had a neighbor, let's call him Bob. Smart engineer, good income, loved cars, always had the newest BMW or Mercedes, always had a payment. Over his career, Bob probably spent $800,000 on cars. I spent maybe $150,000. That $650,000 difference, invested, would have made Bob a multimillionaire. Instead, he retired still making car payments. Bob tried to look rich. I tried to be rich. Those are opposite strategies. Buying an expensive car doesn't make you wealthy. It makes you look wealthy while quietly keeping you poor. Real wealth doesn't care about appearances. It cares about freedom. Freedom to walk away. Freedom to say no. Freedom to retire early. Nobody actually cares what you drive. They notice for 3 days. Then it disappears into the noise of their own problems, while you keep paying for 5 years. The only people impressed by your expensive car are people who are bad with money. Here's the simplest rule I can give you. Buy the car when your investments can pay for it, not before. If your portfolio can't cover it without touching your principal, you're stealing from your future self. So choose consciously. You can drive a nice car and work until you're 70, or drive a modest one and retire decades earlier. Both are choices. Most people don't realize they're choosing poverty until it's permanent. Think longer term. Be harder to impress. And for God's sake, stop buying cars on your salary.